Alright everyone, now let's understand some very basics idea of how basically React Saga code works. So for that, what you can do, I'll suggest you can just come to this particular Redux Saga official website and you'll get the best tutorial here, and everything is actually explained in very details. Alright. Now the first thing is that the installation, I think we have already done that, and here you can see that to create a Saga, basically the name suggests it is not that much frightening, because you can see that they are also telling that nothing scary, only this particular function with this star, and the only thing is that is new is that function with this particular star, and this is basically the generator function, nothing else. And to understand this one better, you have to go to the official documentation of Mozilla, and you will get basically all the things. And you can see that this is a generator function with returns a generator object, and what basically this does, these generator functions can be exited or later can be re-entered by what, there is a special keyword, and that is yield. And if I just go to this yield, and you can see that this is basically used to pause and resume a generator function. And because in Sagas basically we will be working with asynchronous operations, so these generator functions can be really helpful, and that is the reason here we are using this particular function with this star. All right, now this is simple Saga they have created, and here basically nothing, they're just consoling this particular text. Now the main thing is that how basically you can create your store. Now you can see that what they have done, the first thing is that they are importing this create store method and apply middleware. But for now, if you just want to use this particular method, you will get some deprecated message, so they are suggesting now to use this particular configure store. And for that, basically you have to just come to this Redux toolkit website, and here you will get this configure store. So basically what this does, this is the same as this particular create store, but what they are suggesting to use this one configure store, because this is the latest development they have done. Now to use that, basically what you have to do, you just have to pass the reducer. Now this reducer will be a root reducer. Now what I mean by the root reducer or root Saga is that, so for example, let's say you are working on a single page. Now in that case, you don't need multiple Saga or multiple reducer. You just have to create one simple Saga, one simple reducer, and that's it. For example, you are working on a very complex project and you have 100 pages. Now in that 100 pages, obviously you will not create one simple or one single reducer or Saga. It will be really difficult. In that case, what you have to do, you have to create 100 individual reducer and 100 Sagas for each and every individual pages. Now in that case, to connect all of them into one, you have to create one single file, and that is your root reducer. So root reducer is basically combination of all the reducers that you have created. Same goes for root Saga. Alright, so this is basically the term root Saga root reducer, and that is what they are doing here. You can see that they're just importing the Saga they have created here, because there is only one. Now here, instead of importing only single one, what we will do, basically we will create two Saga for this particular nodes list and add new nodes, and then we will be creating one root Saga, and in that root Saga file, basically we will be importing both the Sagas and we will combine those, and that way it will create our root Saga, and that Saga you have to just import, and then you have to import this particular method, and this is basically will create your Saga middleware. All right, so what they're doing, they are taking some constant and they're just invoking this particular function, and after that they are creating this store, and in this store they're passing two things. You notice the reducer and the Saga. So here basically we will not use this particular method, we will be using this configure store. So here the same thing, you can see that they are passing the reducer in the middleware, we will be passing the Saga middleware. So here we'll be passing the root reducer, here we'll be passing the root Saga, and it will configure our store. And that's it. And at the end, what you have to do, you just have to run your Saga. And to run the Saga, what you have to do, you have to take this Saga middleware that you have created using this particular method. You have to use this run method, and here instead of passing hello Saga, we will be passing a root Saga. So that means that root Saga will be combination of all the Sagas that we have created, and that's it. So this is simple as that. So I will just recap everything on. So what you have to do, for example, the first thing is that you have to create your root reducer and root Saga. Now root reducer is combination of all the reducers that you have created. Same goes for root Saga. Root Saga is combination of all the Sagas that you have created, and after that you just have to import all the reducer and Sagas here, and then you have to create your store. And if you are using Saga, you have to import this create Saga middleware. If you are using Thung, then the process will be a little bit different, but at the end the concept is same, and at the end you just have to run your Saga here. Alright, so that's all for this video. Now in the next video, let's start working on the store part. Let's do that.